Greetings and salutations, massive news and gentlemen, all the way into radio.
We need Dar es Salaam, Krishna CV. Fish and I pull a fish, live in the sea. You gotta look for the key, nothing is free. Kijarija kaka, kima pens, Mr. T. Nipotea sinza, mitaya ndani ndani. Komba samaria wema, nipate damani. Anti samahani. Mgeni kwa nauliza njia, nenda kanisani. Ndo nakutana na Shabani na mjua. Namsalimia Shebi, ameuchubu. Shebi, anasuasua, au I'm not sure. Kumbe huku anakwenda kama Pastor Joshua. Kiangalia bodi ya gari ngangari, kumbe jitu kubwa mwili jumba kirakshari. Unaambiwa kuna kupari mpaka ugonge mjumari, na kuna habari kama watu wanaponda mali. Mind your business, missing a no man away. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Mind your business, missing a no man away. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Eyes on prize, eyes on prize. Ladies and gentlemen, sasa tuko wazi. Eyes on prize, eyes on prize. Ajiri kapagawa bei tumemwaga rasi. Kujiongelesha upuzi, mashauzi makuzi. Lele nyingi, fujo miluzi. Bona that is not big news. Kesho sipo dalili kinakuja kimbunga. Fungi watoto ndani kwa nyumba. Wanasayansi maji yamesidi unga. Kula tu ujinga, utakunya pumba. You wanna avoid problems, very simple. We need Dar es Salaam, Krishna CV. Fish and I pull a fish, live in the sea. You gotta look for the key, nothing is free. Kijarija kaka, kima pens, Mr. T. Nipotea sinza, mitaya ndani ndani. Komba samaria wema, nipate damani. Anti samahani. Mgeni kwa nauliza njia, nenda kanisani. Ndo nakutana na Shabani na mjua. Namsalimia Shebi, ameuchubu. Shebi, anasuasua, au I'm not sure. Kumbe huku anakwenda kama Pastor Joshua. Kiangalia bodi ya gari ngangari, kumbe jitu kubwa mwili jumba kirakshari. Unaambiwa kuna kupari mpaka ugonge mjumari, na kuna habari kama watu wanaponda mali. Mind your business, missing a no man away. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Mind your business, missing a no man away. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Eyes on prize, eyes on prize. Ladies and gentlemen, sasa tuko wazi. Eyes on prize, eyes on prize. Ajiri kapagawa bei tumemwaga rasi. Kujiongelesha upuzi, mashauzi makuzi. Lele nyingi, fujo miluzi. Bona that is not big news. Kesho sipo dalili kinakuja kimbunga. Fungi watoto ndani kwa nyumba. Wanasayansi maji yamesidi unga. Kula tu ujinga, utakunya pumba. You wanna avoid problems, very simple. Mind your business. Hey, and what you want, trouble? You people, mind your business. Mind your business, missing a no man away. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Mind your business, missing a no man away. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Eyes on prize, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a people watch. Eyes on prize. Ajiri kapagawa bei tumemwaga rasi. Mind your business. Mind your business, as long as you don't get in my way. Mind your business. Mind your business. As long as you don't get in my way, my way, my way, my way. Classic music.
Happy days, beautiful people, kings and queens everywhere in the world, on the network, live on TikTok, on YouTube, X, Facebook, everywhere you're listening. Me too, it's your girl, the lovely Ewerton here on Let's Pop with Ewerton. And today's topic is amazing, but before we get deep into it, I really appreciate you guys joining me on TikTok. Welcome, Katie. I can see Good Giraffe, Peter, Simon, or Simeon. Welcome to the best of your station, the Black Hot Fire Now, where you find amazing, uplifting conversation in regards to what matters most. It's always about redefining Africans as we redefine ourselves, learning and relearning to basically evolving the best version of yourself. Remember to download our app on Google Store, stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, and on the app, on the Google Store, it's free. So, guys, when you're downloading it, go to the star section, click on it, another tab will appear, the VHFN Sports Store. When you click on it, you'll find another page that we have amazing healthy supplements, which will basically help you to be rejuvenated, revitalized. For the guys who are working out, for the ladies on their journey to grow their hair, have strong nails, glowing skin, you'll find these healthy supplements on the app. And also, guys, remember, as I always say, you are the great version of yourself. We're going to go deeper today in regards to the hip hop agenda and basically what has been happening, what is been happening. I believe mostly us here in Africa, I can say that because that's what always has been shown to us or showcased to us on the media, on our TVs, and basically we've been upholding a lot of people in high regards. I believe it's like also an understanding that you have your own path and your own life to choose in regards to the price that you can pay for what you have or what you need in life. Because thanks to the P. Diddy story, now everybody's questioning everybody and also understanding that everything, the reality which we think is our reality, it's not it. It's an illusion. It's all made up. It's all a lie. And understanding how people can be super greedy and hungry for power and fame and wealth to do anything, whatever it takes to basically have that dominion over people. I believe it comes from, there has to be a root to everything in regards to people doing what they're doing, the prices they're able to pay in regards to have what they have. And is it just easier to have a comfortable life and basically be financially free than people who are super greedy and hungry for power, and the price that they have to pay for that, they wouldn't even question anything that is presented to them on the table to pay that price, as long as it's always about them being on top. We can see that with PDD. We saw that with the likes of R. Kelly. So that we can see that with the likes of Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's sad because we love a lot of these people. We see them in a different light, and we would have never known what they had to do. Even if someone came, I remember maybe back in the days, people will come with stories, not really exactly like it, but you'll defend this person with your life because that's not it. It's the glitz and the glamour, the pixel and the rainbows that we see, and it's fed to us. If you want to be important, if this is what the kind of life that you want, this is the price you have to make. We didn't know about that. I will definitely come ahead with videos which are basically backing up with what I'm saying and basically help us relearn and relearn. Mostly a lot of Africans here, a lot of Kenyans are listening to me right now, that you know what, I think your life is so much better. The fact that you're free to choose what life you have, to choose where you want to live, where you want to go, like that's luxury to me. Freedom is luxury, that nobody's controlling you, controlling what you should wear, controlling what you should talk about, controlling where you should go. Like, that's luxury. We don't really think about it that much. But the fact that you see things coming at you, or basically being in the light, and you know there's somebody there who's being controlled, their finances is being controlled, what they do, what they say, everything, for them to have that fame, for them to have the power that they actually have, but it's not really the truth, it's fake power because they don't get to control anything about their life. It's sad. It makes you feel super grateful that you have the life that you have and you're basically fine and you're okay. We have middle nation. You're talking more about the American dream that is always being sold to the rest of the world, that what the American state is selling. But are you willing to pay the price that comes with it?
Is brutal. It is to dominate, to humiliate, to exploit, abuse, subjugate, degrade, objectify, dehumanize, tyrannize, and enslave. That's the Western fantasy. It always was, and it is now, and they act upon it any chance they get. I mean, they'll prosecute these types of people, these select cases, only to absolve themselves. They need to burn someone at the stake just to convince themselves that they're better than them, that they're more righteous and more moral than them, but they're not. Most of them are not. I mean, look at any music video, almost any music video, and tell me how it's not promoting the exact same lifestyle that you claim to hate Epstein and Weinstein and Diddy for. Meanwhile, those videos have hundreds of millions of views and hundreds of millions of likes, and you memorize the words of those songs. You have a problem. You can't reform yourselves. You can't reform and rehabilitate your so called civilization by just prosecuting token offenders. Finding these people guilty doesn't make you innocent. When you made them rich and you made them famous on the very basis of the degenerate messaging that they promoted and that you devoured. You've endorsed it all along and you endorse it now. You
First of all, we have to understand as African people, African Americans, Africans, whatever we are, we it is always important, as I always talk about, understanding our history and always researching about the African identity and why so many people, I can say, the people who are controlling the media, people who are controlling the wealth of this world, who are basically not African, why they really are so envious about Africa and about who we are. The studiers, they know who we are, our DNA. They've studied us, and it's the envy that they have that they cannot be like us. And the least they can do is offer this Hollywood lifestyle and fame. We can see a lot of these people who are coming out right now. Most of them are African men who are basically being degraded, dehumanized, as our host says today. And that's the agenda. At least it gives them a satisfactory factor in them that, you know what, we're powerful, we got it, but no, it's to satisfy the envious need in them that it cannot be ever be like us.
aspired to it then and you aspire to it now. I mean, you literally have someone like Andrew Tate who directly built his wealth through and for this very lifestyle and by selling it to others, selling to others how they could do the same thing and have that same lifestyle. Because this is the Western male fantasy.
It's basically what has been sold for some time, or basically since the beginning. Like an African man, you can never have your own wealth literally for you cannot work hard, put in the effort, sacrifice. It cannot work in a white dominated country. For it to work, there's some sacrifices you have to make for you to feel as powerful. And I believe they look for people who have that desperation for wealth and power, and also the talents that they can basically use to sell their agenda.
I mean, think about it. Everybody in this case, in the Sean Combs case, everybody wants to know about the celebrities who were at those parties. No one wants to know about the nameless, faceless executives.
I do.
The predation and the degeneracy of the super rich is UK not veto Article 6 at the Security Council because once we bring all the US violations to light in an official venue, not just in an essay or a book or a lecture or what have you, but actually in an official. So I find the selective disgust to be performative. And that's actually useful. That's a useful thing to know about the Western psyche and how they respond when the crimes of their society get highlighted. Because, yes, in my view, these are crimes of Western society because the individual crime.
Understand. Shout out to basically I'm clapping for kid always teaching us like every day. I was not actually believing this, but you just have to believe it because it's a fact. Whether you believe it or not, it's a fact, right? Facts, you cannot bring feelings to facts because they are facts. Facts do not go with feeling because it's a fact. However, you feel, it's the truth. Literally, we have to understand there are people, as he says, the executive, the ones who are controlling this empire, this business. And the main agenda is to basically cripple down the African man.
crimes of someone like Diddy are reflective of the values and the aspirations of Western society itself. So when these crimes get highlighted, in other words, when for whatever reason, for any particular individual, these crimes are suddenly and selectively subject to accountability, uh, there's a choir of hypocritical condemnation and outrage. Now, that matters to me, for instance, in the context of the Article 6 campaign to expel the United States from the United Nations, because just like Diddy or Weinstein or whoever,
I agree with that. They should definitely do that.
just like those criminals, and just like how everyone has known about their degeneracy for years,
I believe the United States as a nation itself is just a cartel for everything you're thinking about right now.
so too everyone knows about America's crimes. And just like with Diddy or with Weinstein, everyone is complicitly silent until the moment of accountability comes. Then they all rush to a microphone to distance themselves and disown the criminal with self absolving condemnation. So, this is why you might see France and the UK not veto Article 6 at the Security Council, because once we bring
This basically shows us the way we view the United States of America as they say the most powerful nation of all time. Actually, it's not. With it's never been. It's all been a pact. It's all been a lie. It's all been theoretical. Basically, everything that is not it. And it does not deserve to be the best nation of all time because I can say it's a whole cartel running all the things that the trafficking of everything, name it, drugs, which is always going back and forth, or people exporting drugs in and out of the country to make it the most powerful nation of all time. Tell me about that.
all the US violations to light in an official venue, not just in an essay or a book or a lecture or what have you, but actually in an official legal venue, violation after violation, crime after crime, human rights abuse after human rights abuse, stretching back for 8 decades, and call it out for what it is. Why France and the UK are likely to act just like every associate of Diddy or Weinstein or Epstein or any of these other degenerate predators and race each other to the podium to condemn and distance themselves and exonerate themselves and try to salvage their own reputations and polish their own image and assure the world of how good they are, how law abiding they are, how principled they are by throwing America under the bus. I mean, do you think that any of the European colonial powers were actually happy to watch the US take over their empires? No. France and the UK are both seething with bitterness and resentment and envy. Why, they'll be just as happy to watch America fall as all those associates and co conspirators of Diddy are happy to watch that belligerent criminal go to jail if they have been clever enough to protect themselves from being prosecuted themselves for their association with him. I think France and the UK.
This is my thought process in regards to Hollywood, right? I believe Hollywood is basically just made up for trafficking, drugs trafficking, everything you can think of that's basically consists of trafficking anything that is wicked. That's what I think Hollywood is all about. There's nothing about music and acting and fame and all this is to basically distractors from the main agenda going behind it.
Are just the same. They're in the same position as those associates of Diddy. They won't veto Article 6 because it would too blatantly expose them as being part of the same criminal syndicate as America. It's like cutting a deal for immunity with prosecutors. This is why it's useful.
Happy days, General Mosquito. How are you doing? You're saying, who is this guy? Where is he from? I see him a lot on TikTok and Facebook. He's a guy who basically talks about facts. Keith shares a lot of his videos also, and he goes deeper in regards to everything that concerns the United States of America, the politics that goes on, everything to do with the government, everything actually to do with the industries in the United States.
to understand the psyche, because frankly, it helps with analysis and strategizing to understand the Western psyche, to know who you're dealing with and how they behave. I mean, there are actually so many facets to this story in terms of social critique, like the fact that, okay, someone like Diddy, and actually most of the artists who were associated with him were actually mediocre talents at best, with one or two exceptions. But you can literally see people uploading independently on social media today who are immeasurably more talented than these people are, than the people who the industry designates as being top tier artists. Now, to me, that
We have to understand that the focus has been to diminish Africans everywhere, not only in Africa, not only in Kenya, Uganda, or if you're basically an African in any part of the world, that has always been the agenda to basically diminish and finish up all the Africans by basically mocking you in the face, by making you feel like you're less than, by dehumanizing you, by downgrading you in all aspects, using our own culture to basically downgrade ourselves. It's basically using ourselves to basically downgrade everything to do with us. I believe we have people actually who are Africans and basically desperate for to basically fit in, and you don't have actually to fit in because we know we are the most brilliant, amazing, greatest people of all time. Life started in Africa, the cradle of life, Africa, that it is, literally. And the fact that everything originated from Africa, I believe that makes a lot of people who are not Africans feel some type of way. And we can see the savage aspect being used to make us feel like we're nothing. But it's always about redefining Africans as we redefine ourselves and understand that we got the power.
reflects the financialization of the economy, whereby billionaires are created not by producing, not by creating, not by manufacturing, not by actually making excellent products.
Janeiro was here. I do not remember doing that. I've actually not seen a video of him being beaten up in prison. Tell me about that because I've not seen that video, General Mosquito.
But just by manipulation of financial markets, virtual money, virtual valuation of shares, stocks, what have you. Like I've said before, Elon Musk did not become as rich as he is now by selling Teslas. He got rich through financialization and
I don't even think he's rich, honestly. I think it's just a front.
share buybacks of Tesla. To
Where did this guy come from? Where did Elon Musk come from just from nowhere? Okay, yeah, he bought X, but who is this guy?
artificially inflate the share price, resulting in his net worth ballooning for no reason whatsoever connected to production or to sales. So in the financialized economy, profit and wealth are disconnected from actually creating or manufacturing products of value. It is unearned money.
Should we start questioning everybody right now? Because I believe the reason why all this is always now in our faces as Africans is because they have this thought process about that we're not as smart. We basically take in everything that is being sold to us. We always just accept everything and take it and believe it. And that's where everything is always mocked in our faces. That's why everything is always shoved in our faces because we do not question, we do not research, we do not go back to the books or go back to the main history and understand why is this happening. Talk about the VCIN, whatever you want to call it, you understand what I'm saying. Nobody questioned that. It's whatever we're being told goes, whatever the government says goes. We do not question anything, we do not fight anything. If we're told jump, we jump. We're like, how high should I jump? You do not question, why should I jump? We don't do that. And that's why I believe a lot of things, a lot of mockery has been shoved in our faces because they have the understanding that we're not as smart. We just take in whatever that is being shoved in our faces, or basically just whatever is given to us.
So it's the same with art.
Thank you. Gigi Gitao for the gift. Really appreciate that.
Artists. It's the same. A singer or a rapper or what have you. It's like a Tesla. They're just a financial instrument. Their profile is the source of their profit. Their celebrity is the source of their profit. And it doesn't matter at all whether they have any talent or not. Just like it doesn't matter that there are so many electric cars on the market that are objectively superior to Tesla. Nor does it matter even that electric cars anyway are already absurdities to begin with. No one cares. You only have a company so that you can have shares in that company. Making things is tertiary to the purpose of a company, just like talent and producing quality songs or performances or what have you is tertiary to the purposes of an artist or a performer.
I believe as Africans, everywhere, all over the world, we should definitely own everything with confidence, everything that we understand that belongs to us with confidence. And we do not need to prove a point to anybody. I believe the proving of a point comes to the, what do you call it? The colonization of the mind, that the inferiority complex that they're better than us. So it has left this ideology in your mind that you need to prove a point. You don't need to prove a point to anybody because you're the greatest of all time. So you do not need to prove a point at all. And I believe all this desperation for proving a point of power, wealth, and fitting in comes from the colonization of the mind, that we are inferior, we are not better off. And the moment you have this position, the moment you have the power, the moment you have the wealth, it's like you're trying to hang around and fit in and prove that, you know what, I got it. And I believe I can just be rolling with you guys, which you don't have to prove a point to anybody ever. Because as an African woman, as an African man, you are the greatest of all time.
Entertainment and art have been financialized. So, in other words, the people who are making the most money and who are running those sectors don't care even slightly about quality or producing anything of real artistic value. This is why you have so many celebrities that everyone wonders why on earth they are celebrities when they observably have no talent whatsoever. I mean, the most obvious example, of course, is the Kardashians, who don't even pretend to have a talent. But I mean, you can find countless others among those people who the entertainment industry tells us are the most talented people in their field, but who are painfully mediocre in reality. Well, okay, this is in and of itself corruption. These are people who have built wealth without building value. So it's both corruption and immaturity. It's deceitful and parasitic, and it divorces reward from merit, from work, from discipline, from worth. It's getting without deserving.
Jaguarai talks about the fact that how do you receive an award, understanding that you've not worked for it, understanding that you're not being rewarded for what the award really means, the confidence, the audacity to receive an award, understanding what you did, understanding you did not play any role in putting in the work, the effort, and you have these words presenting an award or receiving an award saying, work hard, sacrifice, believe in yourself, it's all gonna come together. It's very funny though. You're standing there literally with this award. You know you didn't really earn it. You know there are people there who've been, their doors have been closed by the gatekeepers. They basically put in the time, the work, they sacrifice, literally, not the sacrifice that you are sacrificing, but you're receiving this award because you're the best humanitarian of all time, understanding the things that you've done. In my mind cannot, my thought process cannot really put in the dots together in regards how someone can be like that, honestly.
So you don't go through the development process as a person or as a society that you have to go through to actually deserve reward. That's the maturation process that can actually make you appreciate the reward once you have earned it. It's the maturation process that gives you integrity,
Hmm.
because unearned reward is just the other side of the coin of unaccountability. You know, if you can have unearned reward, then you will also feel that you should not have earned punishment. These are the two sides of the same attitude. Because you gained your wealth and your fame and so on outside the traditional framework of merit,
Right.
hard work, and talent. So you will also feel that you exist outside the framework of accountability in terms of your wrongdoing. You're someone for whom the rules do not apply, because if the rules applied, well, then you wouldn't even be rich and famous because you don't deserve that and you haven't earned that by
I believe we can see the likes of a lot of people. Maybe now we definitely understand what's going on, but before that, we used to see a lot of artists, celebrities, mostly musicians, having this lifestyle and they're okay. And then after some time, they start going back to God and trying to find peace. The likes of R. Kelly, the song that he released and it was super hit, like a gospel song. We saw Justin Bieber at the time releasing some very emotional songs, and it was just like, okay, maybe he wants to basically be at the right place with God. That's what you say because you don't know much about what's going on. We see people coming back to themselves and we wonder like, does it always go like that or what? Maybe it's a wake up call, you know? But now we understand everything that goes on. And if you don't have peace, I believe you cannot have a happy life. Let me say a peace. You cannot have a joyous life because if you're not peaceful, you cannot sleep at night. You use substances to survive every day to be at peace. There's something wrong, or basically your conscience is not at peace because of the things you've done. Literally, we are Christ. We have God in us, and we understand the fact that you know what's right and what's wrong. You can go off limit and your spirit is not going to sit right with you at all.
producing value. So you think that the rules don't apply either to your merit or to your demerit. This is very, very Western. So now you have people controlling incredibly influential cultural sectors who don't care in the least about producing quality. These people give you the soundtrack, the reference points, the lexicon, the standards, the style, the attitude, the perspective, the personality, the ambiance that pervades your whole society and culture.
Thank you, Oyando Nakara, for joining in, and thank you so much for the gifts.
These degenerate, deranged, deceitful, diabolical people are like the cinematographers who set the framing of your view of the world. They're the filter of popular culture that's placed over the lens through which you see reality. And it's a very dark and very warped lens.
Which we see the reality. It's being set us for us, but it's not the reality. The reality has been set for us, but it's not the reality. I believe this is very sad for a lot of people looking up, have been looking up for up at a lot of artists since they were like 10, 12, 15, and this person is like your idol. And now it's all been an illusion.
But again, this is your so called civilization. You know, you have this thing now going around now. I've seen it online that people openly talk about what they call yachting, which is nothing but celebrities and models and actors, singers, what have you, literally being paid to fornicate with wealthy men on yachts, basically floating Diddy parties. And no one's offended, no one is outraged. Somehow for you, this is not disgusting. Because the lottery mentality of the West, you all hope to one day be one of those rich men on one of those yachts. Because you just take it as a given that this is the sort of thing that the rich get up to. And the only reason you don't get up to the same kind of debauchery and the same kind of predation as the rich is just because your finances prevent you. Not your morality, your finances. I mean, do you see how this looks to a Muslim? I mean, we see your social media platforms, Instagram, X, what have you, Facebook. These are largely being used just as delivery platforms, directing people to OnlyFans accounts or bookings for prostitutes. Your whole popular culture hypersexualizes women, glorifies violence, condones prostitution, promiscuity, drug use, drinking, pimping, gangsterism, and crime. And then you clutch your pearls in shock and disgust when one of you gets caught doing in real life what you always promoted in your songs and videos and movies. When you get caught acting in real life the same way that you acted on screen. When you get caught living the lifestyle that all of you tell each other is living the dream. Right? It looks to a Muslim like the only thing that you're actually offended about or outraged about is the getting caught part.
Hmm.
But then, like I said, you just use those opportunities as a chance to pretend to be disgusted by the behavior of people whom you made rich because they promoted that same behavior in their songs and movies and videos. I mean, why weren't you disgusted by it when it was put to a beat? Why, if Diddy had released tapes of his parties in the form of music videos, his
Basically, the same thing with the songs or the music that is always being released. I believe what he's saying is because it was not on the screen, but it's basically the same thing.
net worth would have tripled and he probably would have gotten a VMA award. Because the fact is, you approve of all this, you aspire to it. And in fact, that degenerate lifestyle, that predation, and that debauchery with impunity is actually the American dream.
Fact,
It's the colonizer slave
that's the American dream that we're always being sold to. It consists of everything wicked. That's the American dream that they always sell to us.
master Western imperialist dream. And you know, for anyone who's over there in the States or in the West who genuinely, truly does feel disgusted and outraged over this kind of thing, because I know there are some of you, all I can say is, you know how they talk about situational awareness, you know, having that awareness of your surroundings and what's going on around you so that you can be
Right.
alert to any threats or dangers nearby. Well, let's call this civilizational awareness. And just like someone who is oblivious to the threats and dangers around them on the street, you say that they have low situational awareness.
Welcome to Pajabber. I can see your comment there. I hope you're doing better. Back in the 20s, Robert Johnson made a deal with the devil to become famous and was murdered soon thereafter. His song Crossroads details it. And then he says, Holy wood, holy is the wood of the magicians, wand, and Pan's flute. It's all about fakery and creation of image. That's so true. Hedonism. That's what Jibber Jabba says. Thank you that for that comment.
Well, you have low civilizational awareness because you are truly walking around in a cloud of propaganda and indoctrination and obliviousness about the reality of the so called civilization that you live in. You think that you're walking around in a park in the middle of a sunny afternoon surrounded by flowers and fuzzy animals, but you're actually in a
That's it. You've always been thinking it's pixels and flowers and rainbows and everything nice, you know. But the American dream is not it. It's everything you'd want to be not want to be a part of. Is everything you'll be shocked to basically be a part of. But it's also in our faces. It's basically in the music videos that we watch and promoting a lifestyles to a lot of young girls. This is how a girl should be wearing. This is how a girl should be talking. This is how a girl should be behaving. Talk about the hip hop agenda, talking about or singing about drugs and crime and violence. And a lot of them are African individuals basically promoting all this lifestyle. It's basically, as I said earlier, always mocked in our faces. It's always been there in the faces and basically in the music videos that we watch, the songs we listen to, the songs we sing along to. It's a lifestyle that we are promoting by ourselves. We also have the fact that Candice Owens getting it deeper in regards to the hip hop agenda and giving us details more about that.
Have long held the suspicion that he maybe killed her, plus some videos that are surfacing of Justin Bieber at a Diddy party, and they are horrific. I'm talking truly and utterly horrific. Plus, and appropriately or rather inappropriately, RFK Jr. is in the news for having carried on a sexting affair with a reporter at New York Magazine. And we have the Republican Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, who has been unmasked as a frequent commenter on a porn website dating back to 2012.
These are leaders in the government, guys.
So lots to discuss. That's what we have coming up today on Candace. Is healthy. Can't even imagine what the kids are learning today. Justin Bieber was obviously extremely young when he entered the industry, extremely innocent when he entered the industry, an industry that he did not quite understand as a boy who just knew how to sing and play the guitar and just did both of those things on YouTube. Then he was scooped up, and suddenly he was a part of people like Diddy going after him and saying, hey, man, why don't you pick up my phone calls? There's actually a video of that. Diddy and Justin Bieber looks to be like 15 years old and said, why aren't you picking up my phone calls? And he's like, oh, I know you were trying to contact me through people and I don't have your number. And the next thing we know, Justin is at Diddy's parties. And in this one video, it looks like whatever Justin is doing, and I'm not going to show it out of just respect for the fact that I truly believe that Justin Bieber is a victim. But whatever he is doing in this video with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr. looks highly suspicious. I can show you a still from that video because I think the relevant part is Justin Bieber.
We basically know about that, like that's basically been going on. But we have the fact that the Candace is giving more details in regards to the hip hop agenda and how it's being used to export in and out drugs, and basically that's how it has been wrapped all around.
As he's speaking more about these Diddy parties and speaking about drugs, that there was a quote unquote hip hop agenda. Take a listen carefully to what he says here.
The hip hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs along the United States. You need to inform the DEA. They move all the dope, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by.
That's the hip hop agenda, basically, because we understand that these artists, basically, they own private jets, and it's easier to basically export or basically import drugs into the country because their jets are never searched
by
customs,
by the inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powder MDMA. They
definitely agree with you, Jeeper Japper, in regards to what you've said. Don't clutch your pearls. They know the deal going in when they sign the contract. I'm not gonna clutch my pearls. They're super expensive, Jeeper Japper.
move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good.
You have the liquid coke that they basically export in and out using their private jets.
Drinks all the time. All right, he calls it G, but it's liquid cocaine.
So just to slow that down for you in case that audio wasn't clear for you, what he is saying is that the hip hop agenda is essentially to move drugs into the United States, to use these hip hop stars to move drugs onto their private planes. And those private planes are intentionally not checked by the Border and Custom Control, and that they're moving things like liquid cocaine, which he says Diddy refers to as Tucci, which is cocaine mixed with MDMA. Now, that's from 2018. When Lil Rod dropped his lawsuit against Diddy, he spoke about this pink cocaine, this liquid cocaine that they were placing in all the bottles. So people were coming over, like I just said in the monologue, and were thinking they were having a regular drink at Diddy's house, but in reality, they were being drugged. And you've got the MDMA effects plus cocaine that's also been known that Tucci is mixed with other psychostimulants. So just imagine why it is perhaps that LeBron James says that Diddy has the absolute best parties. This guy was saying that then, that our government is somehow involved in moving this stuff into America. Now, why is that very easy to believe? Well, because our government has been involved in moving drugs for a very long time. Now, I know there are people out there that really love to watch a good Netflix show and to believe that the DEA was established because we had to stomp out all of these Mexican cartels. But the reality is that we had to stomp out these cartels because we are the cartel.
That's it. She said it.
Okay. We are the cartel. The most successful drug cartel in the entire world is right here in America because they partnered with the government. Okay. You've got the drug makers that are partnered with the government, that are partnered with the agencies. And the only time that they go down to stomp out a drug dealer down in the South is really when that drug dealer is on their turf. So that's been a fact. We have known that the CIA has been involved in various drug running operations. And so it begs the question when you put this all together and you think about there have been so many, by the way, so many rappers that have been caught with tons of drugs on their planes. Is this a Fed operation? And my instincts tell me absolutely, this is a Fed operation. It always has been a Fed operation, that Hollywood is creating false idols.
Always has been creating false idols, because I believe when you're watching or basically listening to some artists and you question really something. I believe people used to really question why this type of artist is wearing the way they're wearing, or they used to be really kept well. Let me say that they were like very normal, that I can use the word that I can really use right now. And then maybe after a few months, a year, they are something else. They're promoting an agenda, maybe a super demonic agenda. It's something very cannot really sit right with your spirit. Like, why is this person acting like this? And when we knew this person, they were not like this. It's the promoting of the agendas to the world. Honestly, understanding that the media is a very strong tool to basically inform or communicate, for communication, literally. And that's why we see the rest of the world really upholds the United States as this nation. Everybody wants to be in the United States. But until you learn about the African history, the African identity, even not about what's happening right now, just learning about the African history, learning about who you are, mostly the Africans, learning about who you are, mostly you don't actually need to be in the United States. You don't need to be in any European country. Understanding that where you are is the most amazing planet, continent of all time.
That gangster rap is a homosexual affair between the feds finding homosexuals in prison. So there's a direct prison music pipeline and cutting them deals to encourage them to make rap, which is filth.
Hello, Kate. How are you doing? Welcome to Let's Speak
I'm
with
good.
You.
I'm good, Erickson. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, except for my state, Florida got fucked up last night. God damn, the hurricane fucked up. Man,
The how?
everybody's houses are underwater and everybody's all fucked up.
Wow, Polisana.
I know, it's fucked up. But I
Damn.
was but my house is all right, so that's all that matters. Now let me stop.
My gosh. Alrighty, have some sympathy, Keith.
Nah, I'm not saying that because there's supposed to be another storm. Supposed to be another storm out there. Shit, I'm like, God damn, not another one. Shit. No. I'm saying for everybody who lost, lost things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
thought I'd be at home. Motherfuckers called me late last. Can you go to work and do this? I was like, God damn, can I ever have a day off? Shit.
The land is upset with what's happening in Hollywood. Mother
Oh,
Earth is
oh,
angry.
what she said? What? Oh, what's Candace talking about? She's talking about Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
and the government that
But
is basically backed up.
shout out to Candace, who's been doing really, even though she's a coon as
Mm-hmm.
secret. You
Right.
didn't. I got to give you credit, Candace. You've been doing. Yeah, you learned about mind control, how the government have been sponsoring all these killings and shit. You can't say it on their networks. Understand, family. Our American government's not our government. It's controlled by a certain group of individuals that own these banks that print this fucking money. So they used to do mind control experiments. So when she's talking about the music, industry what Candace was talking about. But you, like I told airtime, what you think is good airtime, you've been programmed to think trash is good because that's what they pushed out there. Um, and now, like I try to tell Candace stupid ass, they're now collapsing that because the people that got control of the music industry have no talent. And so now
Right.
they've collapsed that industry because it's garbage. And nobody wants to buy it. Nobody wants to listen to garbage talking about women's titties and ass and all this
Mhm.
crazy stuff all damn day. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to listen to Little Wayne riddled ass. All these mumble mouth morons who can't can't put a decent sentence together. Nobody wants to hear that shit. And so what she's saying, shout out to her talking about when they came out to Janet. Shout out to I never thought I would give Candace credit because she's a duplicitous. This is a duplicitous bitch here. This bitch hates black people. But I see what you're doing, Candace. You're trying to come back into the fold by doing good work now. But listen, we can't let you back in because you can't be trusted, Candace. We can't trust
Right.
your ass. Because everybody black you throw under the bus for these white people. But since you found out that white people threw your ass under the bus, but actually being honest about some shit. About you know you weren't supposed to say nothing about those Jays who actually run the world. When you start talking about
Right.
genocide and people getting murdered, and they fired her black ass. She learned the truth, like shit. And also she got demonetized for telling the truth. YouTube
Right.
demonetized ass. All your money's gone. Because when you start talking the truth like we do, you better own what you do. I've been demonetized off of YouTube. I've lost
Right.
10,000 channels on this fake ass app and YouTube, the Fed book. Yeah, we just lost our Fed book channel, but
Yeah.
2 months ago, 3 months ago, they kept warning me too. They're gonna get rid of this channel. We're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of it. So because they gonna get rid of it. I said, man, they've been talking about getting rid of it for a long time. Eventually, I guess they are. I don't know. I know. But
Right.
like I said, guys, we're on. If you guys have a Roku TV,
Mm.
Amazon TV, Android, I'm still waiting. I don't think Android's gonna let us get it or Apple. Because why is Android taking so long to approve our TV channel? Still
Right.
waiting on this. And paid my damn $3,000 to put that channel up on Android. I paid my other $3 for Apple. Where's the goddamn channel? It's been like a month and a half, 2 months. Where the fuck is the Amazon? We're on Amazon. Well, Amazon and also on Roku. Those are up. Those. I was looking at you guys today on the Amazon TV channel that we have. But Candace Owens, shout out to her. She may be a boot licking, handkerchief head coon, but you gotta give her credit because her telling the truth, she's destroyed herself.
Right.
She's more than any of you morons talking about black and this. I gotta give Candace credit. Candace
Right.
has. She might didn't know she was going to destroy herself. I don't think Candace knew they were going to come and destroy her ass. They're going to take her money because she thought, you black and you love white people. You don't understand that these crackers can't stand your black ass. They just
Right.
use you because you're doing their talking points. As
Right.
soon as you went against their talking points, they
Mm.
showed you, no, nigga, you're a nigga. And so, Candace, shout out to you. I can't trust your ass, but goddamn, you're doing some good work. God damn it. I,
Is. She is.
I gotta call a spade every time. I gotta give her
Yeah.
credit. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
She's doing great. She's basically unleashing every detail to it. And I believe because right now she has her own YouTube, she's controlling her channels and she can say whatever she wants. I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She went to Rumble because her channel. She's not really on YouTube no more. Her channel's up,
Okay.
but they demonetized. I mean, she doesn't make any money from it no more. She
Right.
doesn't get them commercials, half the money from the commercial no more. And
Right.
shout out to her. And she went, Camilla Harris.
Yes.
I was like, damn. She went,
Yes.
she went through all your shit, Camilla. Your damn grandmother. She said some shit is fishy. She knows
She
you're
went
not
all
black.
the way.
That's right.
All
She
the
knows you're
way.
not. You know you're not black. She went to the birth certificates, went to the marriage license. That motherfucker was in Jamaica.
Oh
She's
my
all
God.
down all down in the records in Jamaica. Let me see this shit. Let me see that.
Oh my
Camilla,
God.
something's not adding up with you, Camilla. Trying to say that you're black. Your ass ain't black.
We're gonna get it right. I can see Jibber Jabba before we wind up as I read the comments. He's saying, "Oh, General Mosquito too. I wrote about 6 comments on TikTok and just realized they didn't post it. They're so annoying." Polisana, Jibber Jabber, you're gonna touch on how many female artists are actually male. Alrighty, and you basically put everybody that maybe I was not believing, but now I'm literally believing everything, Jibber Jabber. His channel opening is pure,
I,
but
I
archery.
think I think
Uh-huh.
Airtime's been exposed to too much now, Jibber Jabber. Her naivety is almost is just falling apart. You're like, God damn.
Exactly.
When she found out Big Mike had a dick, she like, oh no, Kate, what are you talking about? I
It
said,
was a
dear
lot.
God, that's what they do, man. I know it sounds crazy, but that's Big Mike, not
Mhm.
Michelle.
Right. Still, I'm processing it, you know.
You understand, guys, Airtime's African information is not really that no, and she's been living in a bubble. And so this kind of crazy information, it's hard to process. Like, what?
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
whole world is upside down because most Africans don't know how the world even works. They don't even know. They don't know how
True.
the fucking world works.
And let's
So
not
now when she
believe.
tries to share, now when she
Uh-huh.
tries to share this with other people, like, here, Todd, are you crazy? Are you drinking?
Stephen Jabber is saying, she got that wake up call and kept pushing. That Candace Owen, as you're
I did.
talking about her.
She did get a nigga wake up call. They went out there hard, boy. She because she just want. She was naive. She was naive like Eartime, but not as much because
Yeah, Candace was
Candace has got a lot of information, but
yes,
Candace is still kind of naive. Candace is still kind of naive, but Candace, she does white people's bidding. But when
right,
she just went against what white people said, just to try to defend other people, you're right. They threw her, but she found out that she was a nigga. Then, hey, you shut your goddamn. They told her you shut your goddamn mouth, you black
right,
bitch. Now she was all black bitches, and she's like, what? Like, but I give her credit. She stood her ground. I was surprised that they would be platforming her ass, taking all her money away.
right,
She's like, fuck all that. I'm gonna stand in the truth. And now she's talking about, you know what? I'm not gonna allow you to treat black people. I was like, Candace, come on, don't go crazy, man. I'm not gonna allow you to lie to black people. So you're a black woman and you're not gonna destroy our image, and you're not gonna come after Janet Jackson for asking a question. If you guys don't realize, I forgot to tell Joby when we did that show a couple of days ago about Janet Jackson on Wednesday. Look,
right.
remember Camilla Harris prosecuted her brother. You guys
Hmm.
forgot to remember in California, she was the district attorney up in San Francisco. So she got the case and tried to say that Michael Jackson was a pedophile.
Right.
Remember, it was Camilla Harris. People don't even
Hmm.
know this. It was Camilla Harris that prosecuted her brother, Michael. So of course she's gonna feel a certain kind of. Remember, at that time, Donald Trump was backing Michael Jackson, was on his side. So we forgot all about that. That's like 20 years ago. So we
Hmm.
forgot about all that. That Camilla Harris came after her brother and tried to lock his ass up, saying he was a pedophile. That was all lies. Remember, they own the media. The media can shape any narrative in reality. That's what Camilla was saying. Because Camilla said, I believe it too. I'm not going to lie. The media just was shaping our narrative. Me too, when I was younger. I believed all the news. I was stupid. I didn't know it was a mind control. I didn't know it was a way to shape my own reality with lies. I believed all the crazy shit I was told.
Right.
I didn't. So shout out to her. Um,
Yes. And
taking
also
a stand
Jaguar
because
Ride. Jaguar Ride
with
is also like spitting a lot of truth.
who is who is
Jaguar Ride?
oh yeah, Jaguar Wade always. Yeah, they been destroyed her ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
she always do this. Yeah, they
Oh
told her
my
she was
god.
crazy. you crazy
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. But Jaguar was in the industry. She was a singer. She was she was there, so she knew all these people. But they destroyed her ass when she got to talking. And everybody
Hmm.
first when she talking the first 5 years ago, she was crazy. Oh, you're
Yeah.
crazy. Everybody told you Puff Diddy was gay. Everybody told you he liked sucking cock. Everybody, you're crazy. Look at the women around him. Those were his beards. And then you got
Hmm.
the wife of his, I mean the mother of his children who mysteriously died, wrote that tell-all book that's come out. She was talking about how he was taking it in the ass and he wanted to kill Tupac. He's the one that put that hit on Tupac the first time. So Pac was right when they shot Pac up in New York in that goddamn elevator. When he was shot like 8, 9 times, and he survived. Pac knew it was them. I wasn't even. I said, Pac, I don't think that was them. That's like 91, 92. Look this up for me, airtime, real quick. Say, what year did Tupac get shot in New York? 91 or 92? They shot the shit out of his ass. And Kim Porter in her book told you it was P. Diddy that sent that hit to kill Pac. So Pac was right. I thought he's like, nah, Pac, they just, you in New York, you showing a lot of bling, niggas don't try to come see you. They gonna try to rob you. They ain't got, you probably got it wrong. But I was wrong. Because they did. He did. He was
Right.
responsible for trying to shoot Pac. You found the year airtime was like 91, 92.
It's on September 7, 1996.
No, 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 no. Not when he got shot and murdered. That was in
Oh,
Las Vegas when they finally killed
okay.
him. No,
Hmm.
no. Say, what year did Tupac get shot in New York?
Okay.
Yeah, they killed his ass in Las Vegas. That was years later. He died when they finally got his ass. That was in Las Vegas. What year did Tupac get shot in New York?
Okay, I'm trying to get there. It's like how many times was Tupac shot in New York? They're not
No, no,
giving.
no, no.
They're not
Not how many
giving
times. No, no.
here.
What year? What year?
Mm-hmm. I've
What year
recently
did
read
you?
that they're not giving that.
Let me see. Let me see. What year did Tupac
19.
get?
How old
19
was
what?
Tupac when he left New York? They're not saying the time he got shot.
What year? Let me see. Hold on, give me a second. To my in
As
network.
we're basically winding up, and we're gonna have Rhythm Scoop. We'll talk more about this in other conversation, but it's really what's happening with the hip hop
What year did
industry.
Tupac get shot in New York? Tupac was shot in New York. Okay, got shot in New York City. That was 1994. Damn. Okay, that was 90. So yeah, so he shot in 1940 and he died. And they killed him. They shot his ass again in 96 and he died. So he was shot in 94. Yeah, that's when the beef started. So oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got it too. Jim's the mosquitoes. 94. Jack, I looked it up too. I don't know. I don't know what airtime's looking up. Africa. Google don't even work right. They don't
No,
want them to know that.
why did Tupac get shot in New York? And they brought me that, honestly.
See, I know. I do. I know. I believe you airtime because they don't want Africans to know shit. Your whole
Right.
Google's different. So yeah. So he got shot in New York, and in the book now that's finally released now, Kim talked about it because Kim was quiet. Kim was like,
Right.
is Kim walked in on him setting up the hit. And they said,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do that thing. The motherfucker ain't gonna leave the building. And Kim was like, oh shit. And then she noticed, 'cause remember they didn't go to help him. So
Right.
I guess, you would feel that energy when he was all fucking shot up in the elevator. He's all fucked up, close to death. He wasn't supposed to survive that. And Kim said, yeah, yeah, um, Biggie. I don't know if
Right.
Biggie was in it or not. Biggie said he didn't know, but P Diddy knew. So they said no one rushed to help him. They didn't think he was gonna survive, but he survived it because he's strong. Because at that time, you guys remember, he was sleep since they had an open relationship. Kim said she was sleeping with Pop. She was sleeping with her. But after that incident, him almost died, he told her to get her ass away from him. He said,
Right.
get your ass away from me, bitch. You probably was part. She said, no, Pac, I wasn't part of that. He said, and they said, I get you sleep with your man's enemy. He said, hell, he was sexy. He told the
Wow.
truth.
Wow.
I was like, God damn, that's some honest shit. He said, hell, he was sexy as hell. I was
The
like,
book is
God damn.
coming out right now because Didi has lost everything. That's why the book is coming out right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah, they
everything,
allowed the book to finally come out. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right,
right.
Eric.
And it's
Exactly right.
always been there.
Exactly right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because she been saying this forever. That's why we think he probably killed her. Remember when
right,
she gonna release that book? Everybody thinks she died under suspicious circumstances. So we know
right.
he's been killing people, and we also think he also set up Biggie to be murdered in L.A. So
Hmm.
most likely he got Biggie killed too, because he wanted to kill Biggie too. Because
The
Biggie was gonna leave
driver,
his ass.
P. Diddy's driver was saying that he didn't say
Yeah.
anything because he was being asked, like, so did Diddy do it? He's like, I'm not going to mention names, you know, but Biggie was a really good guy. Like, he didn't want to say anything about that because he was at the scene. He was literally there when the shooting was going on.
Yeah, yeah, because exactly right with City. Remember, it was Petey that took all of the damn bodyguards away from him. So that was
Yeah.
suspicious. Hey, why you ain't got us guarding Biggie? And you started this East Coast West Coast beef with New
Yeah.
York against L.A. And Pocket died the year before, and L.A. That's my hometown. Was feeling a certain sort of way towards the New York motherfuckers. So I understand why Biggie even went to that shit in L.A. Because they know they would have been thinking about killing his ass. You
Hmm.
just lost Pac, who was a West Coast cat.
Right.
All these fake beefs and shit. You don't get involved in that. Beefs is no good for no hip hop. I heard Cavler saying that stupid shit. Yeah, we're big as LA and the way they doing in New York. Motherfucker, you out your rabbit ass mind. That's tribal. That's nigga shit. That gets you murdered. You out your fucking mind. It's not a game. That
Hmm.
now as big as we can do East and West Coast Kenya. Man, you out your fucking mind. You sound crazy as
Right.
cat shit.
As
Yeah,
we're
they don't
basically
do no.
winding up. We're winding
Yeah,
up right now. I'm gonna read the comments
right.
as we're winding up. But thank you, Jaber, General Mosquito Kate, for joining me here on Let's Talk with Iritan. Jaber is saying, yeah, I wouldn't want Candice. Okay, good. It's good to see you waking up. Okay, that's what's up. We hammered you over that. Really, my guest, the producer guest that came, and it was just. Remember Keith when the producer, my
Which
friend was a producer who
what's
came
that?
in when your
Which
son
one?
called you and he's like, we have her.
What happened? What what guy? Which one was the guest? Which one? How long ago was it?
A few months ago, Wishmaster.
Okay, what about him? What happened with him?
He was white. So I think Gibber is basically saying we how much you offer that white
Oh,
hair.
or something like that. Well, nothing wrong,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with airtime. There's nothing wrong with guys having white friends, but you need to know who they are. I don't consider all white people bad because that would be crazy. But
Right.
the majority of them are fucked up because that's their nature. So I wouldn't say well I don't have no white friends now because I have white associates I might say, but
Right.
when I was younger I had white friends. I grew up in California, shit. So
Right.
shit, a bunch of white people. I had white people in my house with me, shit. So I
Right.
had a white,
It's
I had a white,
amazing
I had a white stepmom. God damn it, so shit.
that.
I went to a majority white school. So
Right.
shit. So of course, then as a child, you know how scandalous they can be. So imagine this. Before we leave, Eartime to put us up. It was this kid. Okay, imagine being naive like Eartime. You think everybody's your friend. Yay, they're my friend, all the white people. So this black guy that all the white people were his friends, right? He thought
Hmm.
his little best white friend was his friend. But no, understand, don't ever be alone with white people, black people. Try to teach you that. So what they did, they were all by the pool or some teams, only black guy. I'm gonna have your time look this up right now. They pinned him down. All the white all the white boys that I was his friend. They pinned him down, and they took a box cutter, a knife, and wrote nigger in his chest. He almost died. Of course, nothing's done with the white boys. He just got suspended. Put this up here, John. Say, college student gets gets nigger written in his gets nigger written in his chest. Say, black college student gets nigger written in his chest. He thought they was all his friends. He didn't know. Same thing happened to dumbass Joe ass. He went out there somewhere to Wyoming with these crackers. Oh, you out your fucking mind. They almost killed his ass out there. He thought his stupid ass with the white people. He was out there doing some fishing or some shit. It was cold as hell. They almost froze his ass to death out there. They almost killed his ass. He said he had to huddle up with a dog or some shit. He said they tried to kill his stupid ass. You find it irritating?
Mm, no.
Say, black college student gets the N word. I don't say gets the N word written in his chest. Damn, Google's even hiding that now. See, we hiding shit. Say, black college student, you know, you probably ain't letting it come up. Because you guys not supposed to know crackers are evil and wicked. You're supposed to believe that biblical shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do my Google real quick. Let's see. Damn. I think you can't even get back across this damn shit here. Damn traffic. Let's see. Black college student gets the N word written in his chest by classmates. There it is. Student in carving of racial slurs of teammates' chest. Good. That's right. That's right. So he thought all these white people were his friends, irritants. This happened like last week. And so they went. He was out there chilling with them, laughing and joking with them, not knowing that they about to set his ass up. He like, oh yeah, I love these crackers. They my friend. He's like irritated. Hey, white people, my friend. Yeah, all that old shit. Next thing you know,
it's not going
through.
It looks like you may be using an ad blocker. Video playback is blocked.
Of course, because you, as a black person, not supposed to know. You, as an African irritant, are supposed to believe white people love you and they're your saviors. You're not supposed to know what the fuck they do. That's why they took down Africa Stream everywhere. They took that African Stream off of YouTube, off of TikTok, off of Twitter, off of goddamn Instagram, off of damn Facebook. All of it.
Right.
Because you're not supposed to know shit, irritant. You're supposed to be in a bubble. You're not supposed to know that these people are predators. You found something?
We're basically winding up here with the heat.
Oh, that's the song. I was like, what the hell is that? It was a wonderful. You played some goofy video. I thought you found at least one, or maybe they wasn't blocked. I'm like, what's this? What's this got to do with that kid? But anyway.
One, thank you for joining us. You're saying what's happening behind the scene. October is coming. You're a mosquito irritant. You should watch the Tupac and Biggie film. It'll give you better insight. I'll definitely do that. Nina, welcome. Peace family. And also but died for not because the book still came out.
Yeah, the book came out. I didn't believe. Yeah, I think they killed. The book is out now. That shit is. I was reading excerpts of that shit. She tells everything that he's always been a faggot. He always liked men. He's getting man booty. Back then, talking about Clive. That's why they put him on, because they were raping the shit out Puffy ass. They the one put him on. That's why they got the. I was like, I know they killed her ass. God damn. I was surprised. She said. I was surprised. She said, "Yeah, but Pop, he was sexy." I said, "God damn!" And then she said that he said Puff wasn't mad about that because Puff wants man ass, right? She said he wasn't mad about it, but he had to come in because she said that Puffy. That P. Diddy actually wanted to fuck Pop. And Pop was like, whoa, motherfucker ain't gay. So that came to animosity, she said. He really wanted some Pop booty, right? And so he came in, they said they were all in together one day. She came and said, Puppy said, let me see whose goddamn dick is bigger. Let me see whose dick is bigger. And Pop said, man, and Pop said, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about? Dude, get away from me with this homo shit you talking.
Right.
Like you said, that was all of it in the beginning.
Mm,
P Diddy was mad because Pac had turned down his advances. So Pac was right about all these homos coming after his ass. He
right.
never mentioned Pac. He mentioned Quincy Jones, no good ass.
A lot of
And
names
so
are coming up, literally, but
yeah,
that's
exactly
here, and that's
exactly
what
right, Airtime.
right.
So
Guys, any last words? I know you've said the last word. Actually, let me finish, guys. Thank you so much for joining me and Let's Pop with Iritan here on the best radio station, the Blackout Fire Network. Remember to download our app on Google, so stream on
remember,
www.blackoutfirenetwork.com.
guys, be safe and watch your booty hole.
Africans, be proud of who you are. Love who you are, where you come from. It is the big deal, literally. Please,
I know.
let's not
I know. Shout out to you, Pop.
try
You
to.
know, shout out to you, Pop, and to punch somebody in the mouth and try to kill you because you wouldn't give up your booty hole. Shout out to you, man. It
Yeah,
gets rough out.
Africans,
Just,
you are the
just,
change you need to see in the world.
we are changed. Don't change your underwear if somebody's up in your butt. Now, hey,
Please, Africans, love yourself, love your continent, love you where you're coming from. Because a lot of people are doing a lot of these things because they want to be like us, which you don't have to do. So let's love who we are, and let's fight for everything that has been stolen away from us.
that's,
With
that's,
audacity.
that's right. Watch your cheeks. That's right. Be careful. Watch them butt, watch them butt cheeks. Damn it, cause shit,
Don't go to parties, guys. Avoid
it's
parties
crazy.
if you're here in
It's
Kenya.
crazy.
Please.
It's crazy out in the street. You know, exactly right, Shimani. And every time you get Shimani out there partying with her alcohol, next thing you know, she butt naked, don't know what the fuck happened to her.
No, no,
That's
stop
right.
doing that.
Watch, watch where your party at, Erica. Watch where your party.
Please be careful. Avoid parties.
Did you
Avoid
hear?
parties.
Hold
Go
on. Hey
smoke.
guys, did you? I love Shimani, but Shimani said the most evil shit I ever heard today. I love me some Shimani. Shimani said she would have. Shout out to Iritan who said, "Is Iritan the voice of reason now?"
What
Iritan
happened?
said, "Hey, I was looking at you guys on TV in the bed this morning,
Mhm.
and
Right.
Shimani said, hey, let me say this before we leave.
Okay.
Iritan was the voice of reason. Iritan said, Shimani said she was gonna have sex with another man while she was pregnant with somebody else's baby. So you had somebody else's dick knocking your kid in the head while he's in your stomach? Shimani. And Iritan said, no, go get some toys at least, do something. But you talking about it. Shimani said, no, that don't work. And Iritan said, yes, it do. I was like, she's lucky she had that shit on StreamYard where I could get on there. I wanted to scream at Shimani, you out of your fucking mind. Ain't nobody, what? What are you talking
Right.
about? Are you crazy? You don't be
You are.
having sex with no other man while you got another man's baby in you. You insane? God
Because
damn. I said, goddamn, Earton's the voice of reason in this bitch. What is going on?
I
I said,
believe it's
Shimani,
because she took it from the fact that she was upset, not her, like putting herself in that position, that the man is cheating. So because of the anger and the rage,
you can be, hey, you can be angry and rage. Exactly right, exactly right.
yeah,
I'm like, I would, she lucky she went on streaming. I would have took over the whole show. When I heard Shimani saying that shit, she was defending. And Irritar was the voice of reason. Said, no, you don't do nothing like that. Yes,
no,
you
there's
do. You need
nothing.
a man. I was
There
like,
was nothing to
what?
that.
I was
No,
like, what?
because of the
I
rage,
said,
I'm like, no, 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 no way,
exactly. I'm like,
no.
what? If your man is cheating on you pregnant, he's fucked up. You don't join you don't be fucked up with him. Two wrongs don't
Right.
make it right. You don't put another man's
You walk
penis up in
away.
you when you got a
Walk
baby up
away.
inside of you.
Right.
I was like, that shit woke me back. I was going to sleep. I was like, I was there
Okay,
and knocked
guys, see
out.
you later.
And I heard that shit. I was like, what? I said, she lucky she ain't got this shit on StreamYard. Goddamn, I get to. I was like,
Take care, guys. Have a beautiful afternoon. See you on Rhythm Scoop, and let's
I'm
continue
like,
redefining
like
Africans on the best radio
Shimani,
station
Shimani. I said,
here on the
I
Black
agree with
Hole
Eric
Pride
Todd
Network.
wholeheartedly. Like, no, you need a man to say, what?
you done? You don't need a man.
Man, let me say it like this. If I found you having sex while you pregnant by me, there's no telling what I'm gonna do to your ass. There's no telling. I'm going to jail here, Todd. I'm not gonna make it. I'm going to prison. I'm not gonna make it. I found out you had sex with another man while you carrying my baby. I'm not gonna make it. You might as well call the police to come get me because I'm not gonna be responsible for what I'm gonna do to your ass.
Anakwenda kama pasta Joshua, kiangalia bodi ya gari ngangari, kumbe jitu kubwa mwili jumba kirakshari, unaambiwa kuna kupari mpaka ugonge mjumari na kuna habari kama watu wanaponda.
That shit woke me about my damn sleep. I was like, what? I couldn't believe I was here when I was here.
As long as you don't get in my way, mind your business. Missing that no man away, mind your business. As long as you don't get in my way.
All right.
Eyes on prize, eyes on prize.
My ass up.
Eyes on prize, eyes on prize. Ajiri kapagawa bei tumemwaga rasi.